Hey you guys, this is the collective reading for this week, and I am shook. Like, you don't even understand. I did something a little different this week. Spirit drew me to, no pun intended, drew me to do a Celtic Cross type reading. But I started with the Akashic Records cards, and then I layered on top the Twin Flame cards and the Lenormand cards. And then I used 3 other Oracle decks. Okay. But it's the Akashic Records cards that I was blown away by. Like, holy cow. And the Twin Flame cards and the Lenormand deck are complementary and basically saying a lot the same thing. But the Akashic Records are holy crap. Okay. So I can't wait to tell you. So let me remember what the heck I was going to say. Okay. So what I asked was, what is going on this week for the Twin Flame Collective following the new moon? And this, I would say most definitely applies to first wave. And then, like I have said in the past, let anyone who's not in the first wave understand that, like, this is you too. You just might be a little bit behind, okay? But I really think from the trajectory of how things have been the last few years and how they are now, and just knowing what's going on in the world and the ascension process that everybody's going through, I really believe that everything is accelerating. That I already know twins who are coming into union between friends and clients. I myself am extremely close, which is down to logistics more than anything. And as more and more first wave twins are coming into the union, it's going to have that snowball effect. And things are going to move quicker and faster for the following waves. And the reality as well is that the first wave twins have been on this road for a long time, but we're the forerunners that are meant to make it easier for those that come behind us. So the waves that come behind, it looks like it should, it looks like it is, and it should be moving a little bit faster for you guys and a little bit easier for you guys. It's not going to be, it's not like we can take away the pain. You're still going to struggle through what you have to struggle through. That's just part of the process. There's no way for you to learn your lessons without going through it that way. Lessons being the twin flame lessons. But it shouldn't be as long of a process. I mean, there are some first wave twins who have known each other and have been on this journey for 5, 10, maybe even longer years. But the second, third, fourth wave, the second wavers seem to have been a little bit more like, actually, I don't really like putting a time frame on any of them, because I think we are at a point now where all of the waves can move at increased speeds. But I think it's common to find that second wavers met or started this journey around between 3 and 5 years ago, and third wavers probably like 1 to 3 years ago, and fourth wavers are like now or within the past year. I mean, but that's, like I said, that's like taking an average. It's not necessarily everyone. It's not necessarily you. It's just like what seems to be pretty common amongst the group. But like I said, as everything is getting closer to that, I can't tell you what it's to. I would say to ascension, to be honest. Everything is accelerating. The first wavers some are already in union, some are in the process of coming into union, and some are right on the cusp of it. And the second wave is close behind, third wave, fourth wave, all close behind. And like I said, it's accelerating as we go. And snowballing. There's a snowball effect as well. Also, and I know I've said this before, but it's also important to know. I don't know why I said that. But I guess it is important to know. Spirit must have wanted me to say that. That I know I follow several spiritual teachers, guides, I don't know what you want to call them, mentors, that have a very large reach in social media, who, one in particular, who is also a twin flame leader, and that's why I started following her in the first place. But she's not the only one, who have said, though, that at this point in Ascension and Earth's history and where we're going, that the universe is shifting all relationships across the board to leave relationships that are not meant to be, not meant to last long term, that are only karmic or not even that, and shift everyone to on the paths to unite with their soul connections, whether that's twin flames, soulmates. Honestly, that's probably it. I can't imagine that. I don't think that there's a connection other than soulmates that would be something that's meant to be, other than just being an amenable relationship. But then why wouldn't those people be with their soulmates at least? You know what I mean? So like I'm saying, the universe is shifting everyone in the world to be with their soulmates or twin flames. Okay, so that's part of the reason why the end of karmic relationships is accelerating, and that the whole, like, everybody's twin flame journeys is accelerating. Okay, so that being said, my whole point to begin with was this reading is very this reading is reflecting the imminency of first wave twins coming into union. Now, saying that, I think that we have learned from following the collective over the years now that Spirit's version of imminence is different from our version of imminence, or very soon. So Spirit saying very soon is not the same as very soon to us. Still, though, it's extremely close. And for some of you, it could be later today, tomorrow, next week. Some of you, it might still be next month, the month after that, over the summer, or in the fall, or, you know, take it for wherever you live, as far as the seasons go. But you know what I mean? Like, it's right on the cusp of happening. So just keep that in consideration. Okay, I'm going to jump in because before you know it, this reading will be extremely long. So I start off with, this is a Celtic Cross. Anyone who has ordered a twin flame reading from me knows that my twin flame readings are different. I do a heart, and the left side is the divine feminine, and the right side is the divine masculine. But I only do that spread for my twin flame readings, or potentially a relationship reading, if I have just like a normal relationship reading as opposed to a twin flame one. But for this specifically, I did a Celtic Cross. I usually do a Celtic Cross for my extended love reading because it's a little bit different perspective. So, like I said, Spirit, like, I don't like saying the word drew because it's like drawing the cards, but I can't think of a different word. So Spirit drew me to do a Celtic Cross today, and then it was as I got going that I decided to layer the other cards on top of it. Okay, so the first position is the present situation for the collective of twin flames. From the Akashic Records, we have Views of the Ego, which I will say that this card does generally evoke a karmic situation. I'm not going to say karmic partner because it doesn't have to be a karmic partner. It can be a karmic situation. And I did say in one of my previous readings recently that I feel that it's extremely common that all twin flames have karmic situations because there are reasons why you can't come together and you're not able to come into union. So it makes sense that those are karmic situations. It doesn't have to be a romantic third-party relationship. It can be something else. So would say that it's likely that there's some type of karmic situation in your twin flame journey. Most common to find third-party relationships, but doesn't have to be. So this card, Views of the Ego, you guys may remember this. I'm sure it's come out before, even though I don't remember every reading I've done. is about self-centered, selfish people or partners that don't care about you. Well, about most likely the DM, but it could be the DF too, because a lot of divine feminines are in karmic relationships also, or karmic situations. So there's some other person in your lives, DM, DF, whoever, both, individual or both. There's toxic individuals in your lives who are selfish, self-centered, only care about themselves, do not have any consideration for you or see your needs or anything like that. And you guys are reaching the point where you have to walk away from those people. That could be romantic partners. It could be family. It could be jobs, work, bosses. It could be friends. And there's probably, what the heck? Sorry, I just got a text and I checked it to make sure it wasn't something important. And it's some random person asking, oh, can I talk? Apparently not. It's some random person asking if they can buy my house. And I have no idea who this is. That's weird. Okay. Sorry about that. It was unexpected. And how the heck did they get my number too? Ugh. Interesting. Anyway. Okay. As I was saying, it can be any type of relationship. And I'm going to say as well, it can also be, there are some people, probably more likely to be divine masculine than divine feminine, but it could be divine feminine too. Although honestly, I would say that woman would probably be in masculine energy, because I feel like this is more of a divine masculine energy type thing. But there are some divine masculines or twins in general who have such strong ego centers that they struggle to allow their heart center to merge with their ego and allow their 5D to integrate with their 3D. So I do think it's possible that this card can represent that as well. That's not technically the meaning for it, but I think that it can represent that as well, because especially since I'm doing a collective reading, I think that I know that there are twin flames who don't necessarily have someone like this in their lives. And I even know of some who have the problem that I just explained, that it's like they can't get out of their own way. They're in this runner mode where they're allowing their ego to rule them, and they're not allowing their heart centers in at all. So I definitely think that can apply as well. So right now, the present situation is needing to leave, and actually this can be either needing to leave or in the process of leaving these egocentric individuals behind, or pushing that ego center out of the forefront of your mind and allowing your heart center and your 5D to come forward. Okay? And then with the other decks, there is still regret that is being processed and healed right now in the present. And DMs are ready to take risks and to take chances, to go after their wishes, and their dreams. And it's a time for divine feminines to make that wish and then trust in spirit to bring it about and to bring it to fruition. But know as well that when things do come together, when you do start the process of reunion, there's still going to be work involved. You're still going to have to work at it and work at the relationship. And I can't think of the phrase, but just like getting things going smoothly between you guys, because it's going to be like a brand new relationship again and getting to know each other all over again. So keep that in mind, that it's not just going to necessarily be dive right in. It could be to some extent, and it could move pretty quickly because you're going to reconnect so easily. But it is still going to be a process of working out the kinks. That's the phrase I was looking for, working out the kinks. Okay. The challenge to the present situation, I'm going to do this in a different order. So from the Lenormand deck, the challenge to the present situation is the process of cutting that individual out of I'm going to say but obviously understand who it's referring to, out of your lives, whether it's you yourself, your twin, or the ego center, okay? The process of cutting that egocentric self individual out of your lives is the challenge right now. Free will is potentially causing issues at times. This is the challenge position, and we have free will. So that means that there are some divine masculines or divine feminines too who are maybe not completely 100% doing the things that they need to. They're allowing their decisions to cause issues at times. Honestly, that could be as simple as overthinking, overplanning, and allowing stuff like that, over worrying, allowing that stuff to delay the forward steps because there's too much focus on lower vibrations, okay? So additionally, we have reflection and awakening, and these two complement each other. Both represent the awakening and represent the expansion of psychic awareness and gifts. What?
Stephanie is like going to the pool with her dog. Can I just like sit on one of the benches with her while she's there?
She's going to the pool with the dog?
With a dog, yeah.
You guys know that dogs aren't allowed in the pool area?
There's been dogs in the pool area.
I'm sure there has been, but actually no, if it's a small dog, I don't want you to take her. Small dogs always...
I'm not taking the dog.
Oh, you can go. Yeah, I thought you meant to take Nala.
No.
Yeah, I don't care. I will get you when we have to go.
I'm
Bye.
not going in the pool. I'm just going to sit around.
I'm recording.
You do that.
Sorry. My clients are used to me getting interrupted by animals and children. Anyway, in fact, where's my cat? He usually has a radar for when I'm recording. Like I was saying, these both represent the spiritual awakening and maybe having some struggles with fully opening up the crown chakra and the third eye chakra. Maybe it's a little bit of a bumpy road going through this process. And let's face it, like we know that nobody likes change. And this awakening is really, it's shifting from 3D to 5D significantly. And that's a hard jump. I mean, it takes time. It's a process. And something that goes along with that is realizing that so many things that we're taught for so long growing up and even in our adult lives, so many things we're taught are either not true at all or not 100% true or not a reflection of a spiritual reality. So I'm learning that stuff is a difficult process at times. So this is a little bit of a challenge as well, but this reflection card can also represent the actual act of moving, relocating, or traveling. So that can also go along with this sickle card in that leaving these karmic situations, karmic partners, whoever, is also a little bit of a challenge still. Like moving out or traveling to get to the divine feminines as well could also be considered part of the issue, especially with COVID travel issues. So this is still a little bit of a challenge. And I also just remembered opening up your spiritual gifts as well. That could be a little bit of a challenge right now, and fully attuning to your spirit guides and what they're telling you. Okay, so next is the basis of the situation, and I take 2 cards, so 2 cards from each deck. So we have from the Akashic, Loving Elementals and Diversity. Loving Elementals, this is basically meaning here that one or both of you have been stuck for a period of time in this unhappy state and disconnected from your authentic self, from your soul, from your inner child. But you are in the process of reconnecting with your inner child and with your authentic self, integrating your 5D and coming into happier and more joyful times. And things are going to start getting a lot better and a lot happier. Okay? The diversity is about your lives expanding and growing. And this can be professionally, it can be professionally and personally. When I went to go to personal, I'm thinking, how do I want to explain that? So basically, like, your love life can explode in a good way when your twin comes to you. Okay, but this can also be professionally, because this is about your spiritual. Oh, and also the spiritual aspect is another way to look at that too. So yeah, it's not just about when your twin comes to you. It's also about your life purpose is going to grow and expand, and your spiritual gifts and spiritual awakening and understanding is going to grow and expand too. Okay, we have from the Twin Flame deck, Spring and Metamorphosis. So the basis of the situation is this metamorphosis that is in the process of happening for you guys. And spring, this can either be springing out of karmic situations, or it can literally represent spring. And I'm going to tell you that another spring card came out as well in a little bit. So that's a very positive sign about spring. And I will tell you that I have been told from other readers personally that spring is a time for blossoming for my connection and for other twin flame connections. So that could also be why spring is represented here, that this season of spring right now is meant to be a significant period of blossoming for the Twin Flame Collective. Okay, and then with the Lenormand deck, the fox to me represents leaving and getting out of these deceitful, toxic, deceptive, karmic situations, because he's leaving and he's looking behind him. It also represents that you may still not know, like the Divine Feminines, you may still not know everything that's going on with your Divine Masculine, because he's been keeping it close to the vest. But he's getting out of those situations, and that deception is going to come to an end. You guys are both in the process of educating yourselves on this journey, the spiritual awakening, everything, in order to move forward on your paths how you are meant to. Okay? Now, traditionally with the Celtic Cross, the next position would be past and then the next one present. But I always take present twice, because I feel like we already know about the past. We want to know about the present now. So, starting off, that's the one you've been looking at while I was talking. We have winged messengers in the Akashic field. Oops. So, I told you, there's the cat. Go on. So, winged messengers represents a period of time where there may be some conflict going on. That's kind of what this knocked over teacup and this I can't remember what type of bird it is, but it's a predator bird, like a hawk or a falcon or something like that, are representative of drama and conflicts that's going on. And this dove and guardian angel up here represent your higher selves and your spirit guides guiding you. So whatever difficulties that are still being worked through and over the course of this journey, primarily from outside parties, but it can be between each other as well. Ignore the drama and focus on following your intuition, your spirit guides, and your higher self, okay? Your spirit is leading you out of this and away from this. And all you have to do is pay attention. And then the Divine Masculines are getting it. They're getting it and they're paying attention. The Akashic Field represents the fact that you guys are in the process of recognizing the power within you and the power from Spirit and the whole Akashic Field, and how it helps you and guides you and empowers you and leads you down the road that is meant for you, just because that's what the Akashic Records are. That's your predetermined destiny. So you guys are in the process of recognizing all of that and utilizing it to your advantage. Okay. Spirit is acknowledging that divine feminines are feeling abandoned at this time. And that seems to be very common across the collective. I feel because Spirit wants us to be fully surrendered and fully accepting of not knowing everything that's going on. You know, it's just like that fox, like I said, that the divine masculines are keeping things close to their vest and we don't know what's going on. And that's making us feel abandoned. But Spirit wants us in that state. Spirit wants us to be trusting that everything is going to happen exactly how it needs to. And also exactly when it's supposed to. And there's just nothing that we can do about that, to be honest. Spirit wants us to fully trust the end divine timing and know that everything will come together exactly when and how it's meant to. The divine masculines are finishing up any remaining shadow work that they need to do in order to be able to successfully reunite with their feminines. Okay? Now, the other present cards. Hello. Do you see this? In the present position. So what this tells me is that divine masculines are focused on figuring out how to come together with their feminines in sacred union. Okay? Archangel Raphael is working with them to assist them in this process, to assist on the reunion of you both, and is bringing anyone to you to help with this process. They are focused on how much they admire you and how much they love you and all of the good times that you've had. And they are focused on bringing stability and security into the connection and showering you with gifts and love and devotion. Okay? So I don't think that it's necessarily quite happening yet, although it is for some of you. But they are completely focused on this and they are ready to make it happen and make it a reality. Now, in the near future, amazingly and beautifully, we have birth is the amazingly and beautifully part. The lightning bolt. Okay, so this is also good because it's not about you guys. It's about the karmic situations. So the lightning bolt means in the near future, any karmic situations that still need to be separated, it's happening, okay? If the divine masculines don't do it themselves, Spirit is going to come in and make sure it happens. And those karmic situations are going to come to an end for good, period. And you guys are birthing a brand new chapter, a brand new life, creating a brand new reality, making your dreams come true, building a family together. Some of you will be blending families, and some of you will be starting down the road of creating your own. And that will be pretty quick, probably, because it's like I was saying before that that you're gonna reconnect pretty quickly. So it's going to be a pretty easy process, and it's not going to take long for you to be ready. I also believe that going along with Ascension, there are a lot of spirit babies that are light workers, golden children that are meant to be born and meant to be born soon. So they might be moving the process along for you guys. In the twin flame cards, know that you guys are mirroring each other and how you're feeling. So, you know, pay attention to how you're feeling every day. It's very likely and very possible that your twin is feeling the same way. And that also is a mirror of whatever shadow work you still need to work through. Pay attention to the signs that are around you that are showing you that union is close. Your big dreams are in the process of coming true, and divine masculines are returning. Okay? This is all the near future. Oh, and I forgot about the lemon deck. Well, actually, this is the same thing. Divine masculines are returning. They're coming to you, ready to communicate, ready to grow this relationship again. And this also represents a significant amount of growth within yourselves as individuals, plus the relationship. And there's commitment coming here. Okay? Like, do you see what I'm saying about how this reading blew me away? Like, oh my God. So much amazing things. And I love seeing such a positive shift in the energy after the new moon. Okay, continuing. The next position is your power lies in. Okay, so I have so many cards, I have to move them out of the way. With the spring autumn card, remember I said there's another spring card? So the first time I got the spring card, with this one, I wasn't sure like if I should take it as a time frame card. But then when I got another spring card, I was like, oh yeah, I'm definitely taking it as a time frame as well as the card meanings. So that doesn't really apply to the position of your power lies in, but it does apply to that, the time frame. Now, as far as the position goes, what your power lies in, that actually, the meaning I would get here is more from the autumn side, because I feel like we're past the spring energy. At the very least, we're in the summer energy, which the summer energy is about action. But since this is the card we got, I don't think we should be going backwards, because spring energy is about planting seeds. So the autumn energy is about harvesting. So that's where your power lies in. It's in doing the work to start harvesting and reaping the rewards that have been coming to you, that you've been waiting on for a long time. And that is another beautiful message. Your power also lies in taking advantage of the remaining pause that you have right now while you wait for your DM to come forward. Apparently, put to bed any self-worth issues that you're still having or still dealing with, or any other inner wounds that you're working on. And know and trust that your soulmate is returning to you. Your twin flame is returning to you. And going to be down on one knee, too. Maybe not immediately, but okay? It's all going to come together. Trust in your intuition. Know that love and happiness is coming to you. Trust in your guidance, whether that's from readers or from within. And know that there is a very happy and successful, victorious outcome coming to you guys. Okay? That's my daughter. I have to answer her. Okay, continuing. No, not your power lies. And the next one is the effects of others. So the effects of others is the King of Roses. Hello, the King of Roses, which is, okay, it's obvious to me, maybe it's not obvious to you. It's a very good sign. So the effect of others is referring to the DM, and he's stepping into his divine masculine power and energy as a awakened divine masculine, awakened to this connection, and ready to come together in divine union, ready to step up and be a husband and a father in this divine connection. Like, it doesn't get more beautiful than that. Like, he's ready. He is releasing the past. He is releasing karma, other situations, people, places, things, anything that's been holding him back. And he's releasing any self-guilt or self-worrying or anything else that has been holding him back. He's focused on his divine feminine, and he's ready to take off the mask and tell you how he feels and what he wants. Okay? What did I tell you guys? Okay, hopes or fears. Again, another amazing card. You guys are hoping for this fated meaning of coming together in union, like you've been hoping and dreaming for a while now, and it's in the process of happening. That something that's important to note about this card that I always say, and I've probably said it before, but I'm going to say it again. This card literally means you're coming together at the predetermined time decided by your souls when you incarnated in the first place. Okay, I actually just I'm part of a spiritual community that they give us, that we have monthly Zoom meetings, and during the meetings we'll have these breakout rooms and like learn about different spiritual stuff. And this woman was speaking to us about life between lives, which is where your souls go in between lifetimes. And she is trained in doing hypnotherapy for that specifically, as well as other things like past lives. But this is different from past lives because it's where you go between past lives. And she was telling us stories about what things that her clients have seen during hypnotherapy on this. And one of the things that she that a client or clients experienced was that their souls literally were given a preview of different different options of the lives that they were going to step into. And like they basically like got to see before incarnating what was going to happen throughout the life, what the journey was, and then choose which life they wanted to incarnate in at that moment. So like you literally, your souls know before you are even conceived what your path is and what your journey is, and you choose it. So and you know, like your soul knows when everything's going to happen, so you have to trust in the divine timing for that reason. Okay, you guys are hoping for karmic cycles to come to an end, and you're a little over worrying because you're not seeing action happening yet. Okay, but don't do that. It's all coming together, trust me. What was I just going to say? Okay, anyway. The outcome cards here. Gosh, I have to reach for them, and I have a bunch. I took supplemental cards. So, divine masculines are setting their course for their divine feminines, and for their queens. And when you come together, you're going to set course together to just like open up to all the possibilities for anywhere and everywhere that you guys can go. Not necessarily move, but like with your lives, with this relationship, to looking forward to a beautiful, broad future. With Queen of Scrolls, even though it's just the Queen, it still represents that coming together, you guys are moving into, you're having the spiritual awakening, and you're moving into this period of spiritual growth and expansion, deeper thinking, learning, and awareness across the board, like emotionally, mentally, psychologically, and spiritually, everything, okay? And you guys are mastering your skills, mastering your life purpose, and stepping into prominent roles in work and in your life purpose as well, okay? You are conquering, mastering the lessons that you, hold on. Sorry, excuse me. Okay. Conquering and mastering the lessons that this journey has put you through so that you're ready to move forward. You're coming together with your tribe, which is your soul family, which is both your twin flame as well as any other soul family members that you are meant to be in your lives and meant to be around you. And you are experiencing deep and profound healing, both individually and together. This connection is being anchored to be really strong and stable. Children may be coming into the picture rather quickly, like I told you before. And spirit babies can even be guiding you through this. And you guys are going to have tons of good luck, joy, happiness, and success. Okay? So, I mean, what did I tell you guys? This reading is amazing. It's so beautiful. I'm so impressed with this reading. Okay. Actually, I'm not going to put these away yet. I'm just going to move them out of the way. Because these oracle decks won't take long. That was the bulk of it. Okay, so then I asked anything else for you guys to know or focus on. There is one card that I need to read to you. Starting with the Wisdom of the Oracle, the Y card. Give me 1 second to turn to that one for you. Because this card is actually a card that annoys me, to be honest, because I'm like, why did you give me this? I think that it came out because I think some people need to hear it. Isn't it interesting how there's angel wings on the book? Okay, here is your message from your angels. There is great power in understanding your motives right now. The oracle asks you to be very clear about why you're asking this question, these questions, whatever, looking for these answers, behaving in this way, and most importantly, making these choices. Knowing your why is the key to fulfillment. When you are clear about it, your intention will then be a magnet for miracles. Motives define the nature of your experience. When you think about something, feel it and then act on it. This invisible why is the life force energy within the seed, which brings it to life and holds the potential for growth. I think the key here is the why, because I understand that from a different perspective from having had home businesses in the past. And something that they really teach you and focus on is about your why. They want you to focus on your why because that's your motivation for being a responsible self-employed individual. So that's what I get from this. This is what I connect with. It's what is your why? Because so many people are going about their lives not living their purpose and not being true to their why. What is your purpose? Like, what brings meaning to your life? What brings you joy and happiness? What makes your soul happy? That's what I feel like Spirit wants you to focus on and follow down. Make the decisions that you need to make for yourself to follow down the path that makes you happy in that way and motivates you in that way. Does that make sense? Okay. Stop overthinking. Know that big changes are happening, karmic situations are being dealt with, and positive changes are happening in these connections. You guys are going to come back together and mend this connection and heal this connection. Remember that gift card, the gift card. It was a Letterman deck and it had the roses on it. Divine masculines are coming in with gifts to shower their divine feminines with, because they know that you are their tribe and you are their person and they know where they're supposed to be. Events are going to happen synchronistically, magically, practically, and just in such a beautiful way. I actually want to read this to you because it's such a beautiful meaning. But basically, like, everything's just going to come together exactly how it's meant to. And what the card means is, I might read two meanings here. I want to start with the general message because that is actually very beautiful. You stepped into alignment with the greater good, where your dreams and the collective dream resonate in exquisite harmony. Now is the time for luck and preparation to meet and create miracles that you could never have planned all by yourself. Keep in mind that you are a channel for providence right now, as a higher energy uses you as a force on behalf of the whole world. What have I been saying about twin flames? We are here to help the entire world. Your fortune becomes everyone's fortune. Everything you bring into being now will leave a wondrous legacy for others in the future. Your service to the world is being supported at this time. Expect the unexpected and smile, for Spirit loves you so very much. Okay? And then I'm also going to read the relationship message just for you. Spirit has a plan, and that plan is to place you in front of the right person at the right time. You have met or are about to meet someone vitally important to your journey. Honestly, already met and going to be coming back together with. Someone Spirit wants to bring into your life. Only divine forces can plan this meeting. It is out of your hands. Pay attention to the signs Spirit presents. Okay? And then lastly, Spirit's going to bring all of that together, and you guys are going to start a brand new life together. Okay? Okay, so lastly, we have, what is the name of this deck? Queen of the Moon Oracle. I can never freaking remember the name of this deck. Queen of the Moon Oracle. I asked what you need to know. If there's anything else, after I did the whole Celtic Cross spread, I asked if there's anything else that Divine Feminines need to know. So, know that you are resilient. You can get through this journey. You've come a very long way, and you can be patient and get through the remaining little bit that's left. Trust. Okay, I just said trust, forgetting that the next card is trust. So, like I was saying, trust that everything is in the process of coming together. Spirit does this to me all the time. It cracks me up. Know that your divine masculine is having the realizations that he needs in order to take the steps that he needs to take to go through the doors. I love the imagery with the keyhole. To go through the doors that he needs to go through. He recognizes the beauty both on the inside and the outside with you, but especially on the inside, because that's really what draws you two together. It's your souls, and it's who you are. It's not about what you look like, right? Your divine masculines have a hunger to get to you and to embark on this life with you. They have the will to make it happen, and they are going to bring these beginnings home for you guys to start to reunite and to pass through this doorway into a brand new life, just like the oracle card said. And remember earlier when I was talking about, gosh, I wish I could remember the exact word or the exact cards I was referring to, because I remember looking at this card and thinking it was exactly what I was talking about. But was it the spring card? Or was it the autumn harvest about? I think it was one of those things. Can't remember now, of course. But yeah, everything is going to start blossoming. Oh, I think I was talking about spring and how I have been told that springtime is a time of blossoming for my relationship and for other twin flames. So, and we have the blossoming card here. It's basically like another spring card. So now is the time for these relationships to be blossoming. And as you, sorry for the grand entrance my daughter just made. I'll be done in a second. Get your stuff ready. So yes, these new beginnings are coming together and these relationships are blossoming and you guys are stepping into a period of great abundance for yourselves and this connection. Okay. And lastly, I asked the Power of Love deck, or I asked Spirit using the Power of Love deck, if there's anything else that you need to focus on right now. And Spirit says, discerning between lower energies like fear and illusion and 5D energies like love and truth. Cooperating with, or being cooperative with and patient with the remaining part of the process that you have to deal with. Having a willingness to compromise, however needed to, on behalf of this connection and unconditional love, because this connection is about unconditional love. Focusing on whatever responsibilities that you need to at this time and allowing your DMs to do the same, but also recognizing the responsibility that you have on putting positive intentions and manifestation into the energy of the connection. Trusting that action is coming from your DMs, allowing the connections to rebond and regrow from a strong foundation of friendship into romance. And knowing, well, actually starting out embracing life and having more joy and happiness and knowing that that's going to grow more and more and more as you come together and come into union and have that harmonious divine union together, and trusting that that is in the process of happening as well. Okay, so everything looks amazing. I think that this new moon was really meant to shake out the residual lower energies that needed to be broken free. Like, I want to say even, maybe not completely, but for the most part for those first wave twins that are on the cusp of coming together, but maybe just also get a good shakeout for any other wave twins who aren't quite that close but are in the process of getting there. But anyway, that new moon was really meant to help shift you guys in a good positive direction, give you a good boost, and leave that stuff behind, and things look really, really good. So I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. You can go to, I have links for everything on my YouTube channel, probably in the corner of the screen. I'm not sure where it is exactly, but like, you can go to my Etsy shop if you want to book a personal reading, or Reiki, or twin flame coaching as well. Or there's other stuff that I have in my shop too, other spiritual related stuff, but I do have a strong twin flame focus. You can head to my blog, which I desperately need to update, and I promise I'm going to. I'm also doing, I don't have anything posted anywhere yet, but I'm doing a podcast on twin flames May 5th or 6th. I'm a guest on a podcast discussing twin flames, and we'll be doing a forecast for the summer, and what else? And then you can find me on my other social media links as well. Okay, so hopefully that answers any questions, but you can email me or put messages in the comments as well if you have any others. Okay, hope you guys have a great day.